Your dreams were your ticket out. Welcome back to that same old place that you laughed about. Well, the names have all changed since you hung around, but those dreams have remained and they've turned around. Who'd have thought they'd lead ya? Who'd have thought they'd lead ya? Back here where we need ya. Back here where we need ya. Yeah, the tease him a lot, 'cause we got him on the spot. Welcome back. Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. We always could spot a friend. Welcome back. And I smile when I think how you must have been. And I know what a scene you were learning in. Was there something that made you come back again? And what could ever lead you? What could ever lead you? Back here where we need you. Back here where we need you. Yeah, we tease him a lot, 'cause we got him on the spot. Welcome back. Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. Welcome back, welcome back. Yeah, we tease him a lot. Welcome back, 'cause we got him on the spot. Welcome back, yeah, we tease him a lot, 'cause we got him on the spot. Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back.
What a great song, huh? Good morning, Dindu. What are you up to this morning? No Medican Italian should be spoken. No Medican Italian. Let's see what my Duolingo thing is. It pissed me off last night because I was saying it perfectly in Italian and it kept giving me the wrong answer. So I got pissed off and shut it off. Let's see what it's up to this morning. Since ALV brought it up, good morning, ALV. We're on relatives. Grazie means thank you. Yes, we know this. Mario A. di Roma, io sono di Londra. Mario is from Rome and I am from London.
Io ho un fratello e una figlia.
Io ho un fratello. I have a fratello, that's a brother, and a figlia, daughter.
Isa, tu sei di Berlino, vero?
Isa, you're from Berlino, right? You are from Berlin, right? Leo, you're from London, right? Londra. So Leo,
Leo,
tu,
tu,
uh, shit. Sei
sei
di
di
Londra,
Londra,
vero?
vero?
Got it. Sì, io sono, no, io sei di, no, damn it. Sì, io, I'm gonna go say, no, io, yeah, I guess, sei di Roma. Damn it. Io sono di. I knew that. Yes, I am from Londra. Sì, io sono di Londra. I have a son in you. Io sono,
Io
no, io ho
ho
un
un
figlio,
figlio
e tu?
e tu
I have a brother and you. Io
Io
ho
ho
un
un
brother, fratello,
fratello
e
e
tu,
tu
tu, e tu. Sì, io
sì, io
ho
ho
un
un
ragazzo.
ragazzo.
This is Todd Father. Sì, io ho un ragazzo. That's his favorite line. I am from Berlin. I gotta type this. Io sono di Berlino, I think. No, io sono di Berlino.
Io sono Anna.
I gotta finish this lesson, guys. Io
Io
sono
sono
te Anna?
te,
Or no,
Anna.
but I thought I heard.
Io sono Anna.
No. Io sono Anna.
Io sono di Milano.
Io
Io
sono.
sono di Milano.
So, io sono di Roma. I know you guys got to be hating this. All right, let me get back to the chat. Grazi, Fratello, this is painful. If you were Italian, you would be Barras there, all screwballs. You would be Barras. They're all screwballs. I'm not sure what that means. I'm ready to stab myself in the eye with the pin. Hey, I did good on that one. You got to give me credit. That was a perfect lesson, actually. So let me get out of there. Dun dun dun. Why the fungu do we have to be part of this nonsense for, right? Well, speaking of nonsense, where's Chris Trock and Boss Bird Lady at? That'll chase them all out of here. What do we got going on today? I was at the admin building yesterday. You know, I did my I'm doing the Wolverine stack. I'm telling you guys right now, I don't care if you don't do methylene blue or the HGH that I used to do, but if you got any types of aches and pains, like I told you guys, my elbows were all messed up because I was throwing punches like way too hard at this punching bag because my daughter's brother has when they lived in this apartment, he had this like big punching bag thing. I hit it way too hard. I fucked my elbows up, both of them, and it would not stop for like 2 months. Like even to pick up a cup of coffee, it hurt my fucking elbow. Even my left elbow, and I'm left-handed, you know. So my buddy Choppy Kevin, you know, he started a business doing the peptides. So I got on the Wolverine stack, which is PBC 157, protective body compound 157, and TB 500. They call it the Wolverine stack. And I did, it's supposed to last, and it did. It lasted 2 weeks. So you do it five days a week for 2 weeks. Yeah, that's a 20 milligram dose. So I just finished my last dose last night, and I'll say my left elbow after 2 weeks, 90% better. My right elbow, which is my weaker arm, I'll say 80% better. 75, 80% better. Yeah, no, the the bag did beat me up, thing, dude. Hey teacher, hello. Yeah, no, they feel way better. I'm gonna get another dose from him on Sunday. I'm gonna do another 2 weeks. I think I need at least 2 more weeks of it, but it definitely works. I definitely feel the difference. I did notice a little bit of weird pain in my arm throughout the last couple of weeks, especially like when I'm sleeping. But I think that was it just doing its thing and healing or something. Because yeah, I'm not kidding. I couldn't even pick up my coffee cup with my left hand without it. I mean, like I could barely pick it up in the morning. That's why I was like getting worried. I'm like, what the fuck is this? But yeah. So don't feel bad. The basketball hoop beat me up. Oh, I bet. Well, I'm just telling you guys that you know, it's out there. Patty, hello, good morning. Is this from taking your amino acids? They are working. Yeah, well, the amino acids is the NAD, right? The NAD plus. I'm not exactly sure. Let's go on a little Google journey again real quick, shall we? What is PBC 157? Body, oh, BPC, yeah. Oh, that's what he was saying. Okay, body protection compound. A synthetic chain, oh, it is okay, so it is the amino acids. It's a synthetic chain of 15 amino acids modeled after a protective protein found in human gastric stomach juice. Tissue repair. Laboratory and animal studies show it may speed up healing of muscles, tendons, ligaments, and bones. Research suggests it encourages new blood vessel growth and angiogenesis via nitric oxide pathways. Early models indicate may help and heal gastrointestinal tissues. That I really feel that's true. The gut health, because my stomach feels all weird. You know, it almost feels like you take a probiotic type of thing. So there's that one I'm on, but that's mixed with TB 500. It's a lab-made peptide that is promoted for muscle and tissue repair. It's thiomosin beta 4, a natural protein found in almost all human and animal cells. It helps regulate actin, a protein that lets cells move towards damaged tissues to rebuild it. Supports the angiogenesis, it lowers body inflammation. So Joe Rogan was talking to Ben Affleck and Matt Damon about it. We played that one video. So I'm on that, and then the NAD Plus is what? Nicotinamide adenine dinucleotide. It's an essential coenzyme found in all living cells that helps turn food into cellular energy and repairs damaged DNA. It acts like an electron shuttle, moving electrons during metabolism to help create ATP, adenosine triphosphate, the main fuel for your cells. It activates enzymes that fix broken DNA and regulate general cell health. Aging connection. Natural levels of NAD plus drop as people get older, which has led to intense research in its role in aging and longevity. Yeah, that's why they call this stuff like anti-aging. Injections and IVs, that's what I do. You can do it orally, but it doesn't work as good. It's not the same. So anyway, my sleep pattern is a little shot right now. Mine too, because my shoulders are all screwed up. I don't know what I did, but it happens just on a periodically. They just are all messed up right now. So I have my TENS unit on as we speak. I have this lacrosse ball that I use. I have this hook thing that's like meant to get to your shoulders. Like nothing's working. But it is what it is. I take that to sleep for a magnesium capsule also. I think it helps. The tart cherry magnesium is helping me to wind down, still working on a good sleep pattern. Nice. Yeah, if anybody wants the Patty, I can get anybody the peptides if you want. My buddy started a company here. Hold on 1 second. Still working on being able to order from the website. He said it's called OrangePep.com. Okay. Analytical standards, scientific excellence. Where's my buddy at? Let me show this guy. Let me show my buddy Choppy here. Where's he at? I seen he had a picture of himself on here, right here. Looking like a fucking satanic wizard, this guy. Oh, we're not on the right page, sorry. So this is Kevin. It's my buddy Choppy. And when I first met him, he was a big boy, He was he looked nothing like he does today. Now he's like he works out and does all these peptides and shit. So let's see here. You go to products, and for example, the NAD, and then you can click on scientific research details. I've never really went to any of this stuff before, like see here. How to order. Submit your request. Receive an invoice. Also, you can order online, but it's kind of janky right now he's definitely legit. I stand behind him, but I'm just saying like the ordering method. So you submit your request, tell us the compounds and quantities you're researching. I told him I'm gonna have him come up on the show. We email you a PDF invoice with your itemized total and an invoice number, usually within 1 business day. Pay by Zelle. And I paid for the 2-week supply of the Wolverine stack, which is the BPC and the TB 500, that was $50, and $25 for the NAD Plus, which I don't know how long that lasts. It looks like it's going to last because you only do that twice a week. So that one looks like it's going to last for a while. Yeah. So, and he's got everyone under the sun, and he knows all. I mean, he knows all about him. So I'm gonna have him come up here one of these days and talk about it. I need to close out some of these tabs here. If anybody missed my Duolingo session, maybe we'll go back to that a little bit later for ThingDo and ALV. Let's see here. What else do we got? Hard for me to think when I have this stupid fucking, excuse my language. I gotta turn it off, my tinge unit. Just gonna have to suffer through my back hurting today, I guess. Hopefully it goes away. I didn't even do nothing. You know, I just set my table up at the admin building. Tomorrow which I'll be there today. Tomorrow I gotta set my tent up at the farmer's market. That's not gonna be fun. Hopefully they're better by then. Grateful, hello, how are you? All right. The first video I just came across, I'm not really prepared for this again, but I thought this was kind of crazy because I guess it's in France, but you never know what to believe when you read this stuff. So you kind of have to fact check it a little bit. Never heard of hail like that in France before. But when I clicked on the comments, I came across a term I had never heard before. And now I'm going to use it all the time. What was it? Here we go. This guy, AI Tony, climate terrorism. And then he puts the definition of terrorism. Terrorism is the calculated use of violence or the threat of violence to create general fear in a population and coerce a government or organization into meeting political, religious, or ideological goals. Interesting. That term, though, climate terrorism, that's real, super real. And it's not just climate. It's using, I mean, what do you call it when they cause that landslide to happen in Nepal and bury 1,000 people? They killed like 65 Americans. If let's just say that was on purpose, what do you call that? That's not really climate terrorism. It's definitely terrorism. Geological terrorism, something like that, I guess. But that term, weather and climate terrorism, it is so true, it's crazy. That's exactly what it is. It's climate terrorism. This is what they're doing to us all over the world. I mean, it's crazy. Wild. Magooch, what's going down? Stada boom. How are you? Yeah, it's crazy looking hail, right? I mean, anyway, that term just stuck with me. Because we hear climate change, global warming. What about climate terrorism? So when you look up in the sky and you see all of those chemtrails, or you look up at the sun and it's so blinding that you can't wrap your head around it. Why is it so blinding? It should not look like that. You can't even look in the vicinity of the sun sometimes. And it's probably because of all those little particulates that they're spraying in the air. Or you're standing there and the sun literally feels like it's a laser beam now. Under certain conditions, you literally feel like you're under a magnifying glass. You can't even it's hard to even like stand it in certain places. So that is climate terrorism, manufactured ways of using the weather against us. Oh, it's climate change, it's because of and the way the answer to it is to raise the gas prices, raise the gas tax. That's how they do it over here. $1.50 in gas tax will save the planet. Check out the new video I just posted of our new water monitor with the blue tongue. I just posted. Okay, let's check it out. Why do I not know what your channel is, Magooch? Am I not subscribed to your channel? What's your channel? I'm not talking about Paul's channel. I need a link or something. I always come across your videos, but I never check to see if I'm subscribed or not. Send me a link and we'll play it. I saw him, Magooch. He's cool, but I like Lola better. And what the heck does he eat? You know the water monitor? Is that like a Gila monster? Because that's where the GLPs come from, right? The Ozempics and the different hold on one sec here. Weight loss shots. It's crazy because it's so easy to get all this stuff mixed up because everybody's shooting themselves up now. Whether it be you're always going to have the people doing the fentanyl and the heroin. I don't know if they shoot that up, whatever they do. But you got B12 vitamin shot people, you got peptide people, you got the Ozempic people, you got the vaccine people. Everybody's sticking needles in themselves now. There's a big difference between the peptides, which are beneficial, and Ozempic, which, I don't even know if the jury's still out on that one. Let me see here. All right. I got to go through my little process on my phone in order to get it in my history so I can play it on my laptop. You guys know the deal. Hold on.
He's taking a jacuzzi. Look at that tongue, that blue tongue. Wow, Baba. Where you go? Wait till later. I'm going to wrestle him in the water.
Dang, that's crazy, Magooch. See if I'm subscribed here. I'm subscribed. You got 291 subscribers.
He's taking a jacuzzi. There he is. That's our water monitor. He's in his new cage. Fuck around and find out. Look at that tail. Mean, Bob.
We're gonna see that thing one day posting its own shorts, smoking a Mar bread, and we're gonna go, where's Magooch at? The thing's gonna have no shirt on. Well, it's gonna have Magooch's shirt on, unbuttoned, smoking a Mar bread, posting shorts. He's like, what do you think of me now? How about this? And we're gonna go, where's Magooch at? What happened to Magooch? Lola and her squeak. Yeah, let's watch Lola real quick.
They do playing, Lola and Lila.
I bet you they don't like that scary old water monster thing. That, what do you call that thing? A hall monitor? A Gila monster? What is that thing called again? A water monitor. Blue tongue water monitor. Damn. Lola says, get that fucking thing out of here. Take that thing back to the swamp, Magooch. Lola said, fuck that thing. So I don't want that thing near me. Lola says, I don't even want that. I don't even want to see that thing. Get that thing out of my sight. Put its tank over there around the corner. Lola said, fuck that guy. All right, what else we got? Besides climate terrorism in France. And, you know, how often do they spray those chemtrails? Everywhere. Every time they spray that shit. Climate terrorism. Terrorism by the government and the military and the space program against the American people. People all around the world, actually. Motherfuckers. This is a cute little video. An Ohio construction crew heard tiny screams coming from inside a massive excavator. They finally found the problem. Too cool. Anna Kasparian's all worked up, and I would be too. I mean, we all should be. Wait until I video him eating. Oh, damn. Oh, wait, we're still stuck on the, I didn't switch yet. Sorry, guys. I already moved on, and I'm stuck on, the screen was stuck on Lola. What were we watching? So you guys missed this whole video. All right, here. This is an Ohio construction crew heard tiny screams coming from the excavator. Oh, if that isn't too cute, right? What do we got here?
Our soldiers are gonna be in Israel, are in Israel right now as we speak, in order to defend the Israelis. Do the Israelis pay for our military? Are they the ones who are shelling out $1 trillion a year for our military? No, they're not. We pay for our military. Why are our soldiers based in Israel? Why do we have F-22 Raptors in Israel in order to protect Israel? Our soldiers are gonna be in Israel.
Yep, it's a hot topic. This is kind of a crazy video. An illegally modified Lamborghini, and the cops want the dude to rev the engine to see what it sounds like.
アクセルを踏み込むと、あまりの大きな音に検査官らはとっさに耳を塞ぎます。アクセルを踏み込むと、あまりの大きな音に検査官らはとっさに耳を塞ぎます。アクセルを踏み込むと、
Crazy. You can just hear how loud that is from here. All right, GTA 6, the game that nobody in this chat cares about, but a lot of people are going to care about. And Netflix yesterday released a 3-hour or whatever it was long what the game's going to look like thing, and this is like some of the actual gameplay from the new video game. Shooting up cops.
Don't get us trapped in here, Luke. No. This is good. Keep cutting through. Back up into this alley here. Okay. The freeway. Negative.
Oh, all that game would do for me is make me motion sick. I don't understand why they allow the shooting of police officers in these video games. You know, I mean, they have so much, they're trying to have so much government overreach in the dumbest things. Some of the dumbest things that they're trying to tell us we can or can't do, but they allow this garbage in the fucking video games for kids. What? It don't even make no sense to me. I don't understand it. It does look real, right, Patty? And they've even got like real people that they put in the game, like I can't even think of his name right now. Neon, one of the streamers. And I have a few more videos on that. So not too long ago, there was a story where all these people from North Africa fled into Spain, but they didn't really go into mainland Spain. They went into a little Spain territory called Ceuta or something like that. And so these are people from Spain, and they're saying, they're making it perfectly clear that they don't want those people here.
Evidentemente.
It's hard to even sing, maybe that's not what this is about. It's got to be something about that, but I don't really understand a whole bunch of context behind that, nor do I really care. But Yeah, but they're shouting puta something. There was an explosion in Oklahoma at a marijuana extract shop, which is where they make the oil, the concentrates, like the well, I don't even know what they call it. Oh, what's the fuck is the name of that stuff? The butter, the batter, the hash oil, that kind of stuff. The dabs. It exploded, killed somebody. See, I was making hash oil one time with a PVC pipe. I don't know if anybody knows what I'm talking about, but you shove a whole bunch of weed into a PVC pipe about 12 inches long with that like an inch diameter, and you cap it off on both ends, and you drill maybe 5 or 6 holes into one end, and you drill one hole into the other end. And then the hole in the end where there's only one hole, you stick in a bottle of butane, and you press down and you run the butane through the weed, and it comes out the other end, and it has extracted all of the THC off of the marijuana, and it's now mixed in with the butane oil. And then there's a process to evaporate the butane. It's not a very healthy thing to do, let me tell you. But I was doing that. There was like 3 or 4 of us outside on my back porch. And I can't remember if it was me. I think it was me. It was either me or my buddy Dub was making it at the time. Like was the one that was actually pushing the butane through. Well, what will happen is, and what we were doing to make it like extra pure, I had a cloth, some cheesecloth, draped over the bottom cap, so it would filter through like fine pieces of marijuana leaf and stuff like that. Well, that froze, and it didn't allow the butane to come out, and I didn't realize it. And it was, I can't remember if it was either me or him. We just continued to pump the butane through, and it eventually exploded. The top came off, the cap on the top just busted off, and the pressurized marijuana came flying out of that tube like a fucking bomb. And I remember it went all over thank God he had glasses on, because it went all over his face like a big streak, and it covered one of his entire lenses of his glasses with butane soaked marijuana leaf. And it's cold as fuck, and it's just not good. So I don't do that anymore. I was doing that for a while. I was selling it to the dispensary. You definitely want to do that shit outside too, because you can have explosions. I mean, I've even heard of people using metal fans for ventilation, and a rock will hit it. A little tiny pebble will hit the fan, and it creates a spark in it. That's what will happen. Blow the whole fucking place up. Hey, Carmel, how are you, sir? The anger, where was that? Oh, that was in it's called Sutta. Let's look on a map where this is in my computer's frozen. Hold on, that's not good. So it's right here. It's actually, this is actually, you know, Africa, North Africa, Morocco, and it's on the tip. Then you have the Strait of Gibraltar, and Spain is across the way. Because I guess they flooded in from Morocco into that place in Ceuta, but it's part of Africa. So I don't understand what the big deal was, but they made a big deal about it a while ago. And they framed it like it was Spain. And then we find out, well, it's not really Spain, it's just a Spanish territory. Um, Spanish city on the north coast of Africa, yes. So is that considered part of Spain? Hey, teacher, is it actually Spain, or is it just like a Spanish territory? Kind of like Puerto Rico and Guam are to the United States, I'm wondering. But yeah, that's what that was all about. I just thought this was an interesting statement because Owen Benjamin, the comedian podcaster guy, he's been making his rounds lately. That's kind of been his theory. You know, he says some outlandish things, but you just, you know, when you think about everything, we have no idea. But we do know that they said there was a dude named Jeffrey Dahmer who ate people. So, and one of the reasons why this was brought up, why Owen Benjamin talked about this, about the possibility of them eating Charlie Kirk, was because of the Sean Ryan, Brian Harple interview, where Brian Harple said that when he was down there and he shoved his hand into Charlie's throat, into his neck to stop the bleeding, blood squirted up onto his lip and he could taste it. He said that in the interview. So there's all these like little details that lead to some disturbing shit. Whether that's true or not, who's to say? I would have never believed that years ago. Now I'm not sure. Or 100%, Patty. Governed by Spain, I would guess. Yeah, I don't know. We'll have to look into that. There's got to be a reason why this is happening. You know, I mean, it just doesn't make any sense. You know, there's probably not a lot of security at that border. I don't know. Why is that happening? We'll have to look into that. But I'm sure we haven't heard the last of it. Climate terrorism.
The death toll rises and hundreds are missing after devastating floods at the Nepal-China border. Authorities gave an update today saying more than 350 people are dead and nearly 1,000 are missing. Among those missing are 100 tourists, including 65 Americans, as well as Nepal Army personnel and police officers. The floods have also wiped away bridges and roads. First responders are working around the clock to rescue survivors.
When I reached Dunge Bazaar in half an hour, the flood came and damaged all the market. People were preparing to go to office then. How many people are missing or dead? We don't know.
Nepal's government has formally requested assistance from India and China. Secretary of State Marco Rubio said the U.S. stands ready to support Nepal with humanitarian assistance. The death toll.
You know, these stories are so garbage because that's why I hate watching the news. Okay, we got the numbers, which that's just more terrorism. It's just more terrorism, just terrifying it with the numbers. But when it comes to the details, we get nothing. Okay, what they want us to know, what they want us is to be afraid of what happened, but they don't want us to know what happened or why it happened. You know, because if you try to look it up, I mean, I don't know, they may have changed their story again, but what they're telling us happened doesn't make any sense. And it's all like compartmentalized. Like you get a little here, you get a little there, not one story from start to, you know, like at the end of that story, she's saying, oh, Marco Rubio and, you know, naming all these people, let's give him praise. Who gives a fuck about Marco Rubio? Let's hear what happened. You know, what I mean? Like, There's going to be more to that story too. He's an Asian water monitor with a blue tongue and has the nastiest set of teeth like razor blades. Damn. Right did that happen? Yeah, 100%. Why did it happen? And it's like, out of all these things, this one bothers me as much as the Charlie Kirk case. It does. I don't know why. Part of it is because when you watch the video, like that video they just showed us, they showed us a little clip of it. But if you watch that whole thing where the alarm sounds and then the water finally comes and takes over the buses and takes over that whole building, it almost reminds me of when they show us the nuclear blast and the destruction of when they blew up the school buses and the houses evaporate and that type of stuff. It doesn't look real. And if it is real, there's a reason why that had to have happened. Were they building nuclear material under there? Was there some type of like something going on and they wanted to take it out type of thing? Or is China getting ready to invade Taiwan or Tibet or one of those places or whatever? I don't know how all that works. Something's up. That shit just don't happen. They're trying to come up with a plausible reason why it happened, but they can't. So I don't know. I mean, was it raining nonstop and a dam broke? Nepal is an oddity, right? Like half of it's China and half India. It's all very confusing. Good questions, Patty. I don't really know. I know that happened on the border, but remember also a couple days ago on the border so that was the border of China and Tibet, I believe, but it's Nepal. Okay. And then on the border of China and Russia, you have that multi-billion-dollar factory that they were working on for 6 years, getting ready to open, chemical plant blows up. Why did that blow up? And that just kind of disappeared. And then just right before that, Russia had the largest wild berries plant in their country blown up. So like there's lots of these weird, I mean, they're talking like major things happening. So I think they're trying to say that, I don't know. I mean, we're gonna have to try to find out exactly what happened. Let me just ask the computer, what is the official story behind the Nepal flood? The Nepal-Tibet border floods were officially triggered by a massive collapse of a rock and ice from a high-altitude Himalayan glacier. An enormous section of a glacier north of Langtang Lurong and National Park sheared free. The violent crash generated seismic energy equivalent to a 5.2 magnitude event, which was initially mistaken for an earthquake. A massive wall of ice, mud, and boulders thundered down into the Lahende, Kola, Bokatoshi, and Trahuli rivers. Water levels spiked up to 9 meters in minutes, engulfing roads, bridges, and towns like the Giring Port and parts of Nuatak. Climate factors. Scientists note that rising global temperatures are destabilizing rocky mountainsides and weakening glaciers across Himalaya. Exact trigger. While researchers point to an enormous rock ice avalanche or landslide as the immediate cause, studies are ongoing to determine why the specific section was sheared off. But, hold on real quick here. Give me one second. I came across a video where it says they were going to explain why it happened, but I just scanned through it and you could just tell they're lying pieces of shit. I don't even want to listen to them. So what I think happened is that they used their space lasers or whatever they did, and they heated up all that ice up there, turned it into water, and used something to fucking break that shit off and took that out. I mean, that had to have been like well planned out, because how can, you know what I mean, like that wall of water was 100 feet high. It had to have been at least 100 feet high. How's that possible? You know, that needs to be explained a little bit better, you know. Just don't make no sense. So I don't even know what to believe with that, but it don't sit right. Yeah, it showed the glacier breaking apart, but it may not have been that one, because I keep finding out now that these videos are not the right video. It's not really what happened. They're like from a year ago or 2 years ago. It was in Alaska. It was in India. So I don't know. But I do have one video that I don't know if it's accurate or not, that shows like what the before and after. And that's why I think like it's just they were doing something there that they wanted completely, literally covered up. But we'll see. Another news report says that the USS Theodore Roosevelt is replacing the George Washington, and that they're going to be out there for like 8 months.
Navy officials say sailors aboard the USS Theodore Roosevelt need to plan for a longer deployment. On Wednesday, top Navy brass said crew members will likely be deployed for more than 8 months in the Middle East amid the Iran conflict. They added the Roosevelt will relieve the USS George Washington, which joined the U.S. Fifth Fleet in the Middle East last week. The USS Theodore Roosevelt will set sail from San Diego, California in the coming weeks.
Absolutely disgusting. What in the fuck are we doing over there? You know? It's just weird reporting for sure. That's why I know it's like something's up. You know what I mean? The devil is in the detail, because they're not telling us the whole story. It's compartmentalized. It's like you know, it just, you can't get one report that says this is, you know what I mean? That's just how they do us now. They think we're so stupid. The Navy is broadcasting where they're going. Yeah. I don't know. I don't even know what to say about the whole military thing. Like, what are we even doing over there? For what? You know, for what? Absolutely just horrifying. I don't know why these guys did it. This is why I don't follow these guys. This is why I don't want anything to do with like trying to be monetized and, you know, the competition on YouTube. And somehow Valhalla, who's former Green Beret allegedly, and this big country guy, I don't even know who he is. They think they're experts on everything. They think they know the Candace Owens case better than she does. I've heard Valhalla say that he cannot believe Candace doesn't reach out to her because he has all this knowledge about guns and all this kind of shit, you know? And I think Candace proved in that interview, like, she's just, the reason why she's the most popular podcast on the planet is because of her talent, you know, and how she can handle people. And Charlie trained her on how to debate. Well, you take this clown, Andrew Wilson, I guess is his name. That's a guy that debated Candace Owens. I was hoping we'd forget about him, but these clowns, Valhalla and Big Country, want to keep his name around. So they bring them on their show to have a debate. And this is how it goes. This is how their debate last night went. Congratulations, Valhalla and Big Country.
How do I have proof you're not gay? How do I have proof of that?
Why would you even think about that?
What's
That's
the proof?
weird.
Yeah, I need you to show proof that you've never sucked a dick, bro. Can you show me proof? Can you show me proof you've never sucked a dick?
Some weird thoughts you got,
Fucking
dude.
dumbass. What a
Some
fucking
weird
idiot,
ass
dude.
thoughts, dude.
What
Yeah,
a
I'm the
fucking
fucking
idiot. Show me the
Okay.
proof. Show me the proof
Right,
that you've never
right.
taken it up the ass, bro. Where's the proof?
Oh, here we go.
How do I have?
It's just a clown show, and it devolves into, you know, big muscle guy threatening, you know, no muscle guy. It just, and none of these guys, I don't trust any of them, you know. Yeah. Where are the people that are just absolutely just true, just genuine to who they are, and not, you know, I can't stand it. It's the whole world is just so literally fake and gay, because I mean, it's just the best they have to offer. AOV, hello, hello. Oh, you were here earlier. The Navy is broadcasting where they are going. Oh yeah, we read that one. Yeah, sorry guys, the whole thing just threw me off. It's just, this is worse than the drama that we pretend we watch, you know. It just, oh my gosh. What have they done? But yeah, that was last night. This is a cow farm in not exactly sure where, Kansas. Does this look like a cow farm to you? What are those things? I guess they just put a cow in each one for miles and miles. It's another perfect example how they can never be straight up with us about anything in America, you know, when it comes to like, you know, the meat production in this country, like just the distribution of meat from the farm to the fridge. How does it all work? Can you just do it in a humane way already? You know, it goes from the scare tactics of the diseases that they find in the meat and the cows to the torture that the cows go through, you know, these uh, unethical farms. And it's always conveniently when they want us to be, you know, afraid of American meat, or, you know what I mean? Um, Believe me, they have hail like that in France. Oh, so that is a normal thing, Camille? Interesting. Are they growing meat? Well, they're definitely growing meat. I don't know what you call that there on that farm. Harvesting cows, you know, farming cows. I guess it's like farming a crop, though. You know what I mean? It's like it's a cornfield, but it's a cow field. You don't have to worry about them turning around, or it's just, oh. Let's see here. What else do we have? Okay, so this is the one that shows the before and after. And I don't know if this is legitimate or not, if this is like real, but I wouldn't doubt it based on what we've seen. So that's the Xinjiang port of entry or whatever, where the water, that wall of debris just overtook that huge building right there. But what doesn't make sense to me about this is, so this is that huge building right there. We've seen the video of the people running down this way. This huge building right here had all those school buses on it, right? That water it came pouring over this thing like like uh 100 feet over this building, and it came around the building this way, and it came around the building this way. But how, if you look at this after, did that happen? because it looks like it came this way. Let me rewind it. So, okay, so somehow this got taken out too. So, oh, I see. So it started up here somewhere and came down this way. And it went this way and it went that way. That makes sense now. So it started from way down here and it just surged and it split. Some of the debris went that way and some of the debris went that way. That's just, I mean, it just does not make sense to me. I don't understand how that's possible, but apparently it is. Definitely catastrophic. Hard to wrap your brain around. Burt Weinstein. Can I remember if it's Burt or Brett Weinstein? And Jimmy Dore. I can't remember why I bookmarked this, but we'll just listen to it.
Here's the dog that didn't bark. Where's the damn mic?
Where is it?
Where's the damn mic? And here's why that matters. So,
talking about Charlie Kirk's microphone.
That mic does two things. That mic broadcasts a Wi-Fi signal that goes presumably to one of the cameras that's running. It sends that feed right into the camera so that they stitch up the video and the audio stitch up together. But it also records a 32-bit float file on the device itself in case the Wi-Fi fails. That piece of evidence, that file, would be absolutely vital in either proving that the shot came from where they said it came from or disproving it. That file is an incredibly powerful piece of evidence, not only because it records the sound from the precise location of Charlie's body, but because 32-bit float contains a tremendous amount of resolution. In other words, the amount that could be recovered from that file that would allow you to do a detailed sonic analysis is tremendous. So the question is, maybe they have it. Maybe they've analyzed that file, but we've heard nothing about it. And I don't know what to make of glass shards. I don't know what to make of the disturbance of the shirt, but I do find the absence of that device utterly conspicuous, and it hasn't gotten enough attention, in my opinion, maybe because people assume it exploded.
I think that was way over of an explanation for where is the microphone, but I do agree. Although I don't trust anybody that has, I like Jimmy Dore, not really a fan of Weinstein here, but I don't trust anybody that would give airtime to Viva Frey, to this fucking mutt clown over here with the blue glasses on. If there was ever anyone who was put in by the government into YouTube, into podcasting, to just throw a monkey wrench into everyone's conversation with the dip, 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 that guy, it's him. It's these people. These people are like fucking worms, man. That they're put into these, and I don't know why. That's why I don't trust these people. Like, I like Jimmy Dore, but I don't trust any of these people, because I don't trust anybody that would platform this fucking clown, this snake right here. So if you platform this guy, you're not trusted. Not in my book. So, but I do agree about the microphone. Actor Peter Cullen passes away at age 85. Voice actor Peter Cullen, best known as the iconic voice of Optimus Prime in Transformers and Eeyore and Winnie the Pooh, has died at the age of 85. We are losing a lot of people. I heard something yesterday. Boy, how far have we turned around, some of us. Tim Curry was 80. Dolly Parton was 80. And Trump's 80. So may the streak continue. moving water is so powerful, though. It only takes what, 1 foot of water to knock you off your feet. Yeah, no, water is very powerful. So, I think that, is it possible for there to be that much water and debris to do that? Yes, 100%. The question is, how did that happen? How was there able to be that much water in that short amount of time without anybody being to the wise of it? Or maybe they did know and they just didn't tell nobody, or you know what I mean? Like, I don't buy it. Something's not adding up there. So this is another, I don't know why these people get famous, but it's Asmon Gold, another creepy person that is on these streams. But this shows Neon.
Oh shit! Who the fuck are you?
What the fuck is this?
Oh, the drunk challenge! Wait, did you steal my friend's car?
Yeah.
Holy shit, chat! What do I do?
Jesus.
Damn, that's crazy. They put Neon in the game?
Cops are chasing us.
Wow. That's cool. Good for him.
And you know, the thing is about this game, whether we love it or hate it or don't really give a shit, there is going to be so much money made on this game. It's not even funny. I mean, this game is like a gold mine for people that know how to be monetized and you know, about gamers and stuff like that. It's going to be a gold mine for these people are literally going to be set for the rest of their life from streaming GTA 6. And that's how big this thing is. So I don't know who it was, but somebody was telling me they enjoy watching. I think it was Todd Father was saying that, right? Yeah, and that's a game that Todd, I don't know if he plays it, but he likes watching people play it. Joe Della, hello, hello. But yeah, so Neon is in there, the guy that popped out of the trunk. So you take the most popular streamers in the world, at least for the young people, you put them in this video game, and it all combines like shooting police officers and robbing people and is this why crime is the way that it is out there these days? I don't know. I'm just not really a fan myself. It's so funny that people pay to see other people play video games, right? I agree, but it is a real thing. This is you know, they're showing the difference between GTA 5 on the bottom and GTA 6 on the top. Just like I guess the video quality.
Got this road guy's car. Heading to the address again. Yo, so I've been thinking, and I don't think we should have.
I'll tell you what, they definitely got that. They nailed that sun in GTA 6. That bright sun up there that you can't really even look at anywhere near that part of the sky, or you're blinded. They nailed that. That's definitely they definitely nailed that part of it, but and this is in the burger, or this is in the video game. They call it, some people are calling it the Jew burger, but it is a,
You know, out of nowhere. So pause there. There's a Star of David on the sandwich bun. Every single time. Oh my God, bro. Like they're just everywhere, aren't they? God damn, bro. Like, really? Yeah, bro. The Jew burger? That's what they're calling it. That's fucked up, man. The new sheriff's in town?
I looked it up and they're like, oh no, it's not the Israeli Star. It's Oh, it's the Prairie Sandwich. Here we go. Not a Star of David. It's the symbol in the GTA 6 trailer is a sheriff star badge for the fictional Western themed Prairie Sandwich with lasso fries. Yeah, anyway, it looks like the Israel flag thing. Tucker Carlson knows an oddly specific details about cocaine prices.
Is $50 a gram for almost totally pure cocaine that you can have delivered to your house within like 10 minutes, no risk. So that tells me that we don't have secure borders. If the price of cocaine, and that's not adjusted for inflation, those are just the straight numbers, $100 in 1985, $50 now. So that's like, I don't even know what the inflation adjustment would be, but that's like $5 a gram, you know, and is $50 a gram for almost totally pure cocaine that you can have delivered to your house within like 10 minutes. No.
You know, I don't know if I buy that. This is another thing that I've been thinking about for a long time. I have zucchini straining. Oh, nice. So be doomed if these people don't get off their asses 100%. Remember that online farm game where you could grow things? Yeah. All your crops died. That's hilarious. Give me Pac-Man, says Grateful, right? I have to look up that word, scarpacia. Oh, she's making scarpacia. I don't know what that is either. Well, here's the thing. Out of this little commercial for cocaine that Tucker's doing, I don't know exactly. So he's making the point that in Texas, currently, you can get almost pure cocaine for $50 a gram delivered straight to your door. In 1985, it was $100 a gram. So I guess if you do the math, obviously it's way cheaper now, like way, way cheaper, which that doesn't make any sense to me. So we went through a period where was there any cocaine? I mean, I guess there's always had to have been cocaine, but it just seemed like there was a period there where we went from there was no cocaine, and then it was like it was all fentanyl laced. Now all of a sudden you can get pure cocaine again. From where? Where is this cocaine coming from? Because all the documentaries that I've watched, the governments have sprayed the shit out of the coca fields and killed all the bananas and everything. So where is all this cocaine coming from that can supply a country, that can supply a state or whatever? I don't believe it. What I think is that it's manufactured. It's probably manufactured right here in the United States. They figured out a way to synthetically make cocaine and make it appear and smell and feel like regular cocaine for the most part. That's just my own personal thought. Long story short, I would not recommend doing cocaine at all. Not even a little bit of this so-called pure cocaine they have. Zucchini, onion, garlic, maybe potato in there. My potatoes are the size of quarter right now. So, okay. So grading that might be tricky. You know, I was going to buy this little strawberry thing because I'm constantly cutting strawberries and I don't want to cut myself for my little strawberry shortcakes. So I think I'm going to buy this little thing because they don't have to be cut perfectly. I'll still have to cut the top off, but yeah, you just never know with these people. Like, what are we getting at here, Tucker? I don't have any context of that conversation. I just don't like it. This is Terrence Howard. This was quite a while ago on PBD. He claims to have solved some mathematical equations. He believes that I don't know what he believes. 1 times 1 is not 1. 1 times 1 is 2. And then it goes on from there. This is not about that. This is about getting fucked in the ass at a Diddy party. But So he's just like a well-rounded individual.
But when you give up your manhood, I've never seen somebody recover from it. That was all the people that went to the puffy parties. That was all the people that did all those things thinking that there was never going to be a consequence for what they were doing. Get punked out and pimped out by some greater desire. You shouldn't have a greater desire than being a man. So I believe that's a big problem with a lot of the actors out there because they get fluid. And next thing you know, once you go fluid, it's gone. You don't have any foundation to pull yourself back from. So maintain your man card, no matter what.
Man, I mean, you know, one of the things you're seeing, you went to a whole different place.
Sorry.
No, I get it. So you see some guys struggling with that. You see Bieber struggling with that. You see some of these guys struggling with that.
They can't get it out of their head. They can't get it out of their head. The things that they did, no matter how they did it, whether they were drunk or high or whatever, you gave up your man card. You need therapy. And that's the thing that hurts them the most. And so they end up on drugs, end up every way to try and get rid of any principles there are. And that's what the business does. And the women that trade their bodies to go and get the role, they get to the point where they have their Oscar, they have their money, but they don't have their dream. They don't have the soul that they started with. So it's like achieving don't mean anything. If I get all the Nobel Prizes from doing all of this, but in the process I have to trade out all of my integrity to do it so that they can stay in place, what benefit is that if I lose my integrity? You got to go in as a principal. And what we were brought in here as men. We produce 1,500 sperm per heartbeat for a reason, because the aggression is necessary. You don't trade that in, no matter what.
Did you ever have the opportunity where you got invited and you said no to it?
Hell yeah.
What was the consequences when you said no?
Puffy invited me for weeks, asking me to come and teach him how to, wanted me to be his acting coach for a while. Go there and he's sitting around just looking. I'm like, okay, what's the material you want to work on? He's just looking at me. Then next thing you know, okay, hey, will you help me? I want to hear your music. So I come over there and I play the music. And he's sitting there just looking at me, like waiting. Okay. So then my assistant was like, he wants to hang out with you next week. And I was like, for what? He's like, I think he's trying to fuck you. That's what my assistant said. I was like, oh, okay. Now I get it. So now no more communication. Now you know to be hands off with somebody. A number of producers come in and make the approach, and you threaten to punch them in the mouth, or threaten to knock their head off for talking to you or looking at you like you're a woman. When you approach a real man about his masculinity, you're going to get a real reaction back. It's a difference when a guy walks in a room and when a man walks into a room. And a man don't take the same things that a guy will accept. So always be the...
Pretty sure whoever's there signs the wall, because Trump was there. He interviewed Trump. He interviewed Benjamin Netanyahu, Trump, probably all those guys.
Man in the room. And that's always been my whole thing. And I've lost businesses because I don't bend over in that way. I don't compromise. I don't play gay roles. I don't kiss a man. I don't do that shit because the man card means everything.
Yeah, it's a real thing, the gay mafia and all that kind of stuff. And Dave Chappelle talked about it. Cat Williams has talked about it. Remember Dave Chappelle's story where he walked into his dressing room and to find a pink dress that they wanted him to wear. And they tried to convince him to do it. And he said he's not going to do it. And he gets home, they offered him $50 million. He turns it down. And, when it finally went south, before he got home, they had already put in the papers that he was smoking crack. So, and you look at Dave now, is that even the real Dave Chappelle? Was that the real Dolly Parton? You look at these people now, some of them, and it's like, what in the fuck happened to these people? They can't turn their head properly. Their eyes are all fucking 1,000-yard stare. Their hair is like half there. I mean, Jesus criminy, what the fuck happened to some of these people? I forget where I was even going with that. But when it comes to that kind of stuff, yeah. You know, and imagine you're just a young artist that you're just all you want to do is make it, and then you get it. You don't even have to be gay. You know what I mean? It could really just come to down to you being scared at some point. Where Terrence says he's looking around and he's a, you know, there's levels to that. People can get intimidated a lot worse than a lot other people. You know what I mean? Like you can get the shit scared out of you. Then what are you going to do? And it's creepy to think about. Soda is Spanish enceive. So like a territory. I had a professor in college who was into acting and theater. He used to say back when he was trying to make it, you had to be a communist. In the 90s, you had to be gay. Interesting. Is that wall really safe deposit boxes? Yeah, probably of all the money from the multi-level marketing scheme he was involved in. Good old PBD. Yeah, you know, it's hard to take it's hard to take Terrence seriously with a lot of his mathematical equations and stuff. But at the same time, I never dismiss somebody completely. You know, who knows who he really is? You know, he's such a strange person if you listen to his interviews. Um, but I do believe him about that, you know, about the Diddy parties and stuff like that. And, you know, he's able to handle himself, but he even sounds intimidated. And he's probably not telling the story in its entirety. You know, there's probably a lot of people that went over there thinking that if that was going to happen to him, they weren't going to let it happen to him. And then it did happen to him. That's why he calls himself Diddy. Did he do it? Yes, he did. This story is the worst
But when you
one
get
in a long time, guys. I don't even know what to fucking make of this shit. Over 1,200 human heads and multiple human fetuses discovered inside a Detroit warehouse. And the trail leads all the way back to Tel Aviv and in an extremely well-connected Israel Jewish family. Anybody know anything about this? 1,200 human heads. Did you know that there's like companies that you can buy that, you know, you can buy bodies? I went down a little bit of a rabbit hole on this and I don't remember exactly where. I must have Googled it. Yeah, I Googled it. Let me see. In 2012, 8 human heads were discovered at the Detroit airport. They had arrived from Tel Aviv and were being transported unembalmed, stuffed inside trash bags, and sitting in a cooler full of blood. The heads were even infected with HIV or hepatitis. As disturbing as that sounds, the 8 heads were only the beginning. The discovery eventually led federal investigators to a warehouse in Detroit where they recovered approximately 1,200 human heads, 4 human fetuses, and other body parts. The warehouse belonged to Arthur Rathburn, a body broker running a multi-million-dollar business buying, dismembering, renting, and selling human remains. Okay. Human remains were stacked on top of each other inside freezers. Body parts were stored in paint cans. He used a chainsaw to dismember bodies before packing and selling the pieces to customers. shipped to Mexico, Canada, Italy, Greece, and Israel. So I don't know. That was 2012. I see something for 2014. I don't know why. See, this is from August 27th too. So I don't know what the current status of this is. If it says in 2012, 8 heads were, I don't know. If anybody knows any more on that, yeah, I don't know. I didn't hear anything. Let me ask. Let me ask the computer real quick. So I heard a story about 1,200 heads being discovered in a Detroit warehouse, but then I read a story about 8 human heads at the airport in 2012. Was there something discovered just recently? Let's see if that made any sense to the computer. Yeah, so it's basically it was a 2012, 2013 is when this happened. It's got to be still going on today, but apparently there's some website that republished this stuff, making it appear to be a new story, probably just to make money off of it. And it worked, you know. So but it makes me think about, like, do we know what happens to bodies and shit like that? You know? Maybe some of them. Maybe if you actually see somebody get lowered in the ground. I don't know. Fucking body snatchers out there. Good old Trump.
So this is Lake Ontario in Canada and in the United States. But we're going to make a little change. We're going to call it something different than Lake Ontario. We're going to call it Lake America. And all it takes is a good pen and some intelligence. So Lake Ontario, that's gone. Lake America. So now we have a lake, and now we have a Gulf, because we have the Gulf of America, and now we have Lake America without the of. Thank you very much, everybody. Enjoy.
Oh, we will enjoy. Thank you, Mr. President. Thank you so much. Promises made, promises kept. I mean, God bless you. The Gulf of America and the Lake America. My God. What accomplishment, sir. I think I'll paint a picture of him today. I mean, what else am I going to do? Osada, we thought we were so creative with our Diaper Don name last night, right? Oh, well, he definitely is Diaper Don, though. I mean, it's a great name for him. They need to be preserved if they are used in research. Are there people that eat people out there when they die? I would not doubt it. I bet you that there's a system in place to keep those people away because they're tired of the cannibals coming around. You know what I mean? That's fucking some creepy shit. And the real cannibals are going to be the ones that go through college and all that shit to get themselves in a position to really be with the bodies. I would doubt that one bit. Walk in and just see somebody just like tearing into a body like it's a piece of chicken. Jeez, people are just fucking. It really is demonic out there. There's a lot of talk about demons lately. I personally don't want to know about cannibalism happening anywhere. Me neither. Hopefully it doesn't get to that point. I mean, because they say like, I mean, I guess cats start eating people first, but yeah, let's get off the whole cannibal thing and eating people. How do we go from that, from Trump renaming Lake America to cannibals? Oh yeah, the last story. So according to Benjamin Netanyahu, the Bible commands Christians to support Israel.
Since October 7th, Israel's enemies have learned a hard truth. Those who attack us pay a heavy price, but those who partner with us advance progress and security for their peoples. President Trump just said it. It's also in the Bible. It says, those who will bless you will be blessed, and those who will curse you will be cursed. And that's actually what is happening. We want the blessings. I think we've done a lot in the past 2 years to end the curse. We're not finished, but we've done a lot. And we've done a lot together to end the curse.
Yeah, we want 2 rapist, murdering pedophiles to talk to us about the Bible. The police bust in on this guy, and he hits him with a flamethrower, or tries to.
Can you open the door a little bit? Reach in. Hey, County, open the door, not us. I didn't break that door. How's the authority? No. Oh, shit. Oh, back out! Hey! Back out! Fire! Back out! No. He's fine. Quit. Back out. Quit.
They told him to quit. Knock that off. He's lucky he didn't get shot, the dumbass. I need to go back to the top and see if I didn't miss anything here. We got the climate terrorism, the kitty that fell out, Anna Kasperson, that, the GTA game, the explosion, Hannibal Lecter. Yeah. I still can't just get over this one though. And everything can't be a terrorist attack. Not everything could be a space weapon. I get all that. There are certain things that just like naturally occur. Was this one of them? Which one was this? Was this an act of terrorism or a war? Or was this maybe it was for insurance purposes. Remember Larry Silverstein with the Twin Towers? Took out an insurance policy, and not only did he get paid billions of dollars on his insurance policy, he got paid twice. He got double. He hit the blackjack because they paid him on both buildings. A terrorist attack for each building. Who knows? First, how do you not get shot doing that? Get shot doing what, ALV? Looks like a school or a hospital. Or is China reshaping the landscape again like they do in other areas in China? Don't you guys agree like something's just not right with that? Oh, the flamethrower. Sorry, we're a little with the delay. Yeah, you're right, AOV. There was a dude that we just watched last week on a video, and this happened a while ago, but a black lady called the cops because a prowler was trying to come to her window. And when the cop got there, the prowler was gone, but she had a boiling pot of hot water in her hand. And the cop just like overreacted and ended up shooting and killing her over a boiling pot of water. And she's the one that called the cops for the prowler. So he ended up going to prison for that. But yet you can get shot with a flamethrower, just like, knock it off. Don't you do that again. Put that flamethrower down, silly. That held off police for hours with a homemade flamethrower. Damn. Literally wiped off the map. Look at this video again. So, I mean, when you look at these people that are down here, the scale of this building, I mean, what is the estimated height of this building, do you think? When the people are that small. It's got to be, you know, I'm trying to think, like 80 feet high, maybe? Something like that, at least 50, 60 feet high. Here it comes. I mean, look, it is just the whole thing is just above, it's already over that building and just smashing through the sides. And see, even that transition from all of these people here to where it goes to when this comes across the screen, it gives me 9/11 vibes of planes crashing into the building. It just does not look right. The scale does not look right. But and it just keeps coming and coming and coming. And so I guess we're to believe that a huge, something so big, like if you put your hand in water, the water can overflow type of thing. If you put your fist in a cup of water, I guess it's like that, where the object that fell, I just don't see it. But they do say that there's a rock off the coast of Africa that if it falls, it will cause a tsunami on the eastern seaboard. Have you guys ever heard about that?
पुरै त्रिशुली आमा 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 लाइभ यो चाहिँ है गाइस यस्तो लाइभ छ ओहो पुरा ड्याम फुटेर आयो
And see, what else is confusing is if this is the same video. I mean, is this the same story? So what are we looking at? Are we looking at the same trail of water that has continued down now into a different population of people? Do you just continue down the mountain and you find more and more people? Is that what we're looking at here? Because if not, where did all that water come from? Or is that just a completely different flood. This says this image helps explain what happened along the Nepal. I think we already looked at this one. So it's saying there's the landslide scar from up here, debris flow, landslide dam, and barrier lake. So that must have been what released where all the water came from. I don't know, guys. It just does not seem right. Again, with these videos, it's hard to tell. Now, this is the other one that doesn't sit right with me either. This one just looks like Legoland. And the way that I heard somebody describe this on the thing, they mentioned like Matchbox cars and something they said. It just looks like almost like a fake set. And look at all those buses up there. You know, there's over a dozen buses just. Unbelievable. And I seen a video that when these people keep running down here, if you get down here far enough, you turn left and you can run to where if you run far enough, you'll be all right. A lot of those people didn't make it. But there was a video of a security guard, like he just stood in the same spot directing people the entire time until he didn't run. He could have, but he stayed and directed people where to go and he died too. Crazy. So Nick, looks like a god. See, that's exactly what I thought to myself, ALV. Now you say that. It did look like the Godzilla movie. And that wall of water represented Godzilla is literally that big. That's what I thought too. I forgot that I thought that. That is literally what it looks like. It's something, you know, in the world of the bullshit, there's just something is not right with that. Everyone moving at the same pace. Where did that come from? Well, apparently it came from, this was in Nepal, the China-Tibet border. But if this happened in the Colorado, I'd be screwed. And they're talking about, you know, oh, that's where the water came from, that lake in the middle there. Apparently, it's hard to believe anything right now. You know, like I said, that's what's wrong with this story. It's like the more you look into it, the more you're probably going to get confused on what happened. At least I was, and I still am. It's like Pompeii, you can't run far enough. See what this shows. Don't know, that doesn't look like it just, none of it. Let's watch it again. You see. The music on. Yeah, it just looks like a little set, It just doesn't look real. Even like the the rock wall and stuff like that. It just looks like maybe paper mache or something, you know? It's hard to describe. And what is this star down here? What is this? They always got to put the Jewish star in there or what? The Star of David? What are they fucking Dallas Cowboy fans or what? Why do we got the star over there? Bet you if we stare hard enough, we find some other anomalies in this picture too, but got birds flying around, which is interesting. Maybe that's just to help to create a distraction and to create some authenticity. But when I look like right here, this scale right here looks micro. This looks like, I don't know. Yeah, I totally don't. The more I look at this video, the more I don't believe it. Yeah, I'm watching this area right here. When these people come out of here, somebody trips and falls, but they just kind of seem like it's AI, like they're coming in and out of nowhere. And that's just, we're just supposed to believe that, huh? That scale of an area, that big of an area, and just instantaneously can get covered up like that. I don't know. It just does not seem right. Since when does Nepal have fancy buildings like that? Yeah, apparently that's their it's a port of entry into Nepal, maybe from China. I'm not exactly sure. Do they show the same shot after this happened? It's a good question. And see, that's another telltale sign is like the lack of. I don't want to watch this one again. Yeah, see, this one tries to say that it's that, then you find out it's AI generated. I don't, and then this one says the same thing. This one's crazy, and these people ended up making it too. They seen it afterwards. Just wild. Could you imagine being up in there right there? I'd be so scared. I'd just be blaming people for no reason. Whoever's up there. I'd be like, this is your fucking fault. I didn't even want to come here in the first place. Told you we should have went to Hawaii. You know? Fuck. I told you we should at least brought some life jackets or something. Now what? Is there any food? Is there any weed? At least can we smoke a bowl before we die? But they ended up making it, those people. I'll tell you what, this cannot be good for tourism in that area because I can assure you I'm not going to that area ever. I have I never really had a desire to go to Nepal or any of those places over there. They can't be good for tourism because you could not pay me to go over there and stand below one of those mountains like that now. Fuck that. You know, I at least want to be found. You know what I mean? You will never find those people. They're buried under 5,000 feet of mud and debris. Every single person is moving and running at the same. Yeah. Do they show the same shot? Bro, what's up, Nick? Good Lord, this is, yeah, it is wild looking, right? It's just crazy. It's unbelievable. This one I can't show. That one that I just passed, it showed, I don't even know if it was from the Nepal one, but it showed two dudes taking earrings off of a dead body in the water. And it looks like there's at least 4 or 5 earrings in one ear, that type of thing. Just crazy. Let's watch this real quick. I got to turn the volume off. I can't handle those people screaming. But you can see people right here. That's playing. I want to try to, I'll turn the volume on. I want to try to find something which will be interesting to look at really quick. Hold on. Can't remember where it was at, but I found a picture. I seen a picture on here. Hold on. Tiny flooded movie scene. Maybe it'll come up here. I seen a picture of this dude that had created this miniature movie set, and it looked like where you could pull something like that off. I'm not going to be able to find it right now. Although there was another video of a bridge that was pretty wild for that. We showed that rock tumbling yesterday. That bridge. You know, the crazy thing is about it is that, I mean, the whole thing is crazy, but so initially they said earthquake. It was a 5.2 earthquake that caused the slide. Then they say no, a huge part of the glacier sheared off, falling 4,000 feet. And that's what caused a 5.2 tremor. Or, it doesn't make any sense. I don't know. Anyway, let me see if there's anything else before I got to get going here. Back to the admin building today. Let's see here. Let me scroll through here, see if I missed anything. Bert Weinstein, GTA, Trump. Yep, that's about it, guys. That is about it. That's all we got going on right now. Nothing but madness. Oh, just made my husband a reservation for the hot springs. He's going to go soak his weary. Dang, that sounds amazing. Great. What I need to do. My shoulders are still killing me. Merck has Beeb manufacturing synthetic cocaine since decades. Merck has been. Oh, I didn't know that, but I don't doubt it. Criminal 100. Look up Mountain Hot Springs. I will check it out. Let me see what we got real quick. I remember going to one hot springs when I was a kid, and I was all pissed off because it wasn't what I thought it was. Iron Mountain Hot Springs, Glenwood Springs, Colorado. Wow, that looks way cool. Now, see, that would have been more. That wouldn't have disappointed me as much because when I was told we were going to a hot springs, what I pictured was there was a lake that we were going to go swimming in that was just naturally warm, like a warm lake. And in my mind, I'm like, man, it's probably just like steam coming off this lake. It's going to be so warm. And then we get there, it's a fucking, you got to go into the building and there's a swimming pool. Like a fucking indoor swimming pool and then or in-ground swimming pool. And then they got some hot tubs. And the hot tubs are the hot springs. They're not artificially heated, they're natural. I'm like, what the fuck is this? And it smelled like rotten eggs from the sulfur. I'm like, you gotta be kidding me. So there's a picture of me with my arms crossed on the back of the motorhome, all pissed off. Till my mom yelled at me and straightened me out. Then we went swimming. Yeah, no, that one looks like an actual lake there. So it's really cool. Well, have fun with that. Yeah, that would be cool. I need to come over there and visit you guys. All right, guys, I got to get going. Have a great day. Happy Friday. Happy weekend. Probably do a show tomorrow night. And be safe out there. Watch out for Godzilla and stay away from mountains, I guess. Sheesh.